All right. Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Lisa Ameriine, and I am here with my wonderful colleague, Dr. Mike Knapp, and we are with Pure Homeopathy, our clinic that's based out of Lafayette, Colorado. However, we see patients all over the United States. There's so much great work that can be done with homeopathy. What I wanted to do today a little bit is talk you through what to expect when you become a new patient. Many people, there's lots of opportunities out there. There's lots of places to go. What does it look like when you're seeking care, specifically with people who have an expertise in homeopathy? Exactly. So we're going to walk you through that process. At the very end, I'll define why we go through the process that we do and talk about a little bit of homeopathy. And then we really hope to see you in the office sometime soon. So what you're going to do if you decide you want a new patient or you want to become a patient is you're going to call our office. And our office director, Sandy, is going to answer the phone. She is incredible. She's going to answer all kinds of questions for you and really help you feel comfortable. So she's going to get all the basic information about who you are and what you're doing, but really help you understand the process that we go through. And what we do, our visits, our new patient visits are always done virtually. People always ask why we do that, and we get all kinds of questions with that. The reason is because we have patients all over the United States. Dr. Knapp and I are in different locations, and this is a way that we can really offer the specialized expertise of homeopathy to you. There's lots of places around that do natural medicine. There's lots of places that do functional medicine, but the amount of clinics that do true pure specialized homeopathy are very, very, very few and far between. And that's why you're coming to see us. So because we have people all over the place, we've just kept it easier to have all of our new patients in a virtual platform. So Sandy will explain that to you. Go through. I like to point out on the virtual piece just for a second that we've been doing virtual medicine. I've owned this practice for 20 years, and we've been doing it this way for 20 years. We were doing it before it was cool with COVID, and we're doing it after it's a bit annoying with COVID. I know there's many people who really want that in-person, face-to-face, and it's just a process of what we've done, and it's worked very well for our patients over the past 20 years. So Sandy will explain all of that to you. She's going to find out, she's going to ask you briefly what's going on, what brings you into the office. She is not a doctor. She will not give you any medical advice. What she's going to do is get you scheduled on Dr. Knapp's schedule, most likely, possibly on my schedule. But really, Dr. Knapp is taking the bulk of all of our new patients right now. And so she's going to get you put up on to his schedule. She's also going to email you the new patient paperwork. You'll get the new patient paperwork. You'll fill that out. She'll go over all of the fees, all of the billing, so you know exactly what to expect for pricing and for how our office works. So you'll get all of that in person, and then she'll email you as well. Once you get it back, you'll fill out the paperwork and you'll send it to us at least a week before the new patient visit. The other thing we require, and this is just because of the volume of patients that we have and for office management, is that the payment for the initial visit, the initial new patient visit, is also due 1 week before the new patient visit. We do that so that if there is a schedule change, we have time to move someone else into that schedule. So your payment for the new patient visit is due at that week mark before your new patient visit. And then we go forward from there. Now, what I will say about this new patient visit, I get this question all of the time, is that once we've paid that, it's not refundable. However, if something comes up in that week and you need to push the appointment back or reschedule, you're absolutely able to do that. Sandy will go over all of the fees with you so she can lay that out. It's a little bit more complicated than what I want to say here. And so she will detail that out and be able to answer full questions for you. So definitely reach out for that. Once she's sent you all the paperwork, you have everything back, you will also be given an appointment link for a platform called Doxy. And Doxy is what we use so we can see you face to face, so we can take the appointment and we can get you started. So you'll have that. It's a super, super easy link. All you do is click on it, it opens up, and then you're ready to go. And you'll see Dr. Knapp, or if you're seeing me, you'll see me right there on the screen. So I'm going to transition over a little bit, and I'm going to have Dr. Knapp tell you exactly what to expect at this new patient visit, because a lot goes on, and it's very different than any other new patient visit you've ever had, even if you've done natural medicine. Homeopathy is very, very different in the way that we take a case. So Dr. Knapp, would you tell us about that?
Great, thank you. So at a new patient visit, what we can expect is we'll generally start by talking about the most important health concern. The one thing that if we could wave a magic wand, your life would be a lot better if you were able to resolve this health concern. Oftentimes starting with that and understanding all the details of that health concern. And for our work, the details are really important. So there's going to be a lot of questions that you haven't been asked before or may not have thought about before that helps us understand the particular pattern. And so this is a whole person medicine, and we want to know about the main concern. But part of the pattern that we want to understand is how is the whole person adapting here? And so as we continue to talk about the main concern, we understand as well what are things that happen with the health that come along with the main concern. So sometimes people have digestive problems, but they also get headaches with the digestive problems. Those types of things, we want to understand all the information about that. And then we continue to zoom out from there and look at things that may be secondary or less prioritized health concerns and understand what's happening with the body and mind with those things. And then after we understand the most important parts of the health, we look at kind of a head to toe scanning through the body, starting from the head, thinking about things with headaches or things with hair and dandruff and all that kind of stuff, all the way through the system so that we understand what is the general pattern for this person's body. And then after we've done a really thorough review of systems with that, generally we look at even broader view of how is the body regulating as a whole, things that have to do with temperature regulation, sweating, appetite, sleep. These are really foundational for the overall well-being. We want to know what the patterns have to do with this person's body in that respect as well. And then if we haven't talked about it yet, we generally begin to talk about stress and what are the things that this person's susceptible to. We're not all susceptible to the same kinds of stresses. And so we want to understand stress in the environment, the internal responses. And we talk more about, well, who is the person who has these concerns? We understand the main concern, but again, this is whole person medicine, and we want to understand how this person is adapting in this situation. And so more about kinds of the things that this person is going to feel at their best doing, or some of the areas that are going to put them out of their comfort zone. All of this can be helpful in giving us the information to find the best homeopathic prescription. After we've gone through all of that, then we'll make the recommendation for the best fitting homeopathic medicine for your overall health concern. And moving on from there, we can look forward in the future to adding other things to the holistic health plan, but beginning with that homeopathic prescription as a really important foundation of your overall health plan.
Cool. So it's a very totaling, encompassing, very well-rounded visit. And if I understand correctly, we're looking for these chief complaints and we're looking for symptoms. Dr. Knapp, would you define what a symptom is? Like when you say a symptom, what is it, what we're looking for? So the problem, talk a little bit about modalities and concomitants, just so people who are listening to us today can understand what is a symptom. Because if I just say I have a headache and I don't tell you it's better with hard pressure and it's worse when I walk and I always get nauseous, if I don't define that, it's not so helpful. I always use the analogy of that's like me sending you, if you give me a general symptom, it's like me asking you to go to the airport to pick up my friend, right? If I asked you right now to go to the airport to pick up my friend, could you find her?
No way.
Oh, no, right? If I told you to go to DIA and at 4:45, she's going to be outside of door 405 and she's 6 foot tall, blonde, and going to be in a blue vest, would you find her then?
You're going to have a lot better chance.
A lot better chance, right? So define a symptom. Like if I'm coming to you with some complaint, what is it that you want? Say, I have a headache. Define that for our people who are watching this today.
Yeah, our symptoms are going to have several components. There's going to be a location to every symptom. And so if it is a headache, for instance, we want to know, well, is it in the forehead or is it above the right eye or is it in the back of the head? So we want to know a pretty precise location. And then if there's any information about what it feels like, a very important part of the medicine is understanding what is the experience of the symptom or what is the experience of the illness. And so these may be things, if it's a headache, pain comes in different flavors. There's burning, there's pressing, there's bursting. There's for some people, there may actually be numbness with it. All of those things help us understand what is the specifics of this person's headache. Some of the really important information are natural factors that modify the symptom, not making it go away completely. If you knew what made your headaches go away completely, we wouldn't need to be talking about them. So these are things that sometimes they're just small things that make a difference. And those can be temperature, they could be position related, they could be time of day related, they could be related to eating food or not eating food. Any things that turn the volume up and down on the intensity of that symptom that doesn't involve taking anything as far as a medicine goes.
Great. Because these symptoms, that's perfect. That's what I wanted to define out, because it's important for you to think of it in that way. And then we're good at helping get those symptoms from you, but that's what we're looking for. And why? Why is it that we're looking for that? The reason we're looking for that is because this is how homeopathy works. Your symptoms are your body's way of communicating to us what's going on. So we look for certain symptoms, A, B, C, and D, right? We're going to look for a homeopathic medicine that matches those symptoms, A, B, C, and D. They match. We're going to give you a medicine that if that medicine was given to you in large amounts and you didn't have the symptom by yourself, it would create similar things that your body's already creating by itself. The whole concept of homeopathy is a medicine that would cause symptoms in someone who's well is going to actually treat somebody who's not well. There's a physics law that goes into place. And the physics law is that two similar things can't exist in the same place. And we know this from magnets. So I actually have magnets right here. We'll see if it works on the screen. I just like spur of the moment pulled magnets out of my drawer. But if you put a positive and a negative piece of a magnet together, what do they do? Dr. Knapp, what do they do if you put a positive and negative? They stick, right? What happens if I put two positive pieces of a magnet together? If I flip it, what happens? Right? They can't really see, but they're pushing me away. Like it wants to flip, right? It's two similar things. Two similar things cannot exist in the same space. So in medicine, we're actually going to stimulate that using homeopathic medicines. We're going to give you a medicine in very, very, very small amounts that if a healthy person took too much of it, it would cause the exact same, or not the exact same, very similar symptoms to what your body's producing all by itself. So if I give you that medicine in small amounts, that physics law goes into place. Two similar things can't exist in the same space. So what happens? It stimulates your body into homeostasis so your body can heal. This is the power of homeopathy. This is what makes homeopathy different than any other natural medicine. This is what makes homeopathy different than any other conventional medicine, is that we're really stimulating your body to heal. And then we get out of the way and let your body get better. So all of these questions, all of this process that Dr. Knapp just went through of what we do helps us understand those symptoms so we can apply that right homeopathic medicine so we can stimulate your body to heal. In this process, we watch and we see. Of course, we're going to pay attention to lifestyle factors. If you're really tired and you tell Dr. Knapp that you have no energy, and I find out that you stay up all night watching movies, we don't have a homeopathic medicine to help you get better, right? We have to adjust that lifestyle piece of it. But assuming that we've looked through and made sure that your lifestyle is good, now the disease process that's left, the part that's left when we seem to be doing everything else right, we're eating well, we're sleeping, we're exercising, we're doing all of the right things, and still I have disease. Now we can apply that homeopathic medicine and your symptoms get better and you see dramatic response. So that's the process. That's a reason we take so much time to get this initial case. And that's how homeopathy is working. I also want you to know that with this initial case, we build such a solid foundation that no matter what comes your way later on down the road, we have such a solid foundation that we're going to be able to find a homeopathic medicine to work through that. And so this is more than just finding a medicine that works for you right now. It's having a foundation of who you are so that when life has its ups and downs and maybe we need to fine tune something or something happens and we need a different homeopathic medicine, we already have this base foundation so we can help you all the quicker. So it's a powerful medicine. The process to take your case is pretty straightforward. It's a lot. It can take a couple of hours. We actually schedule a 4-hour block for that. It doesn't mean we use the 4-hour block. But what it does mean is that we have enough time to be able to take your case because we want to make sure that we have a full solid foundation so that we can give you the best possible care. So I know this was a lot. Do you have anything to add, Dr. Knapp, about, oh yeah, don't forget this too?
Well, I think that's a perfect summary of what to expect at a first visit, and part of the reasoning of why we're doing that at the first visit and how that's beneficial for the main concern and improved overall health moving forward in the long term.
Great, that's great. Perfect. And so I hope this answers a lot of questions and for the specialty of what we offer and how it's different than that of going to someone who does other natural medicine or functional medicine or even a conventional care kind of process. And so if you have any further questions, reach out, call and talk to Sandy. She'll absolutely be able to help and get you on the schedule. And we look forward to seeing you and walking together to help you get better. Have a great day.